How are you feeling? Do you feel like it might be the end of the world soon? Are you getting that feeling? When is the last time in your life you felt we were this close to the end of the world? We're definitely getting closer. I mean, that's logical, isn't it? If the world will one day end, the longer we go on, the closer we are getting to Armageddon. That's what they call it in Christian theology. And I think Armageddon is named after a place called Megiddo, which is in Palestine. Look that up and let me know if Megiddo is why we have the name Armageddon for this great war that's coming at the end of the world. In Islam they call it the Malhama, from lahm, meaning meat. So the Malhama is the great slaughter when many will be slaughtered, and this is mentioned in Islamic eschatology, Christian eschatology, and I think Jewish eschatology also. I mean, there's crossover. It's the Abrahamic religions, isn't it? But at the end times, if that's what we're coming towards, all these great religions are waiting for certain leaders, certain characters to emerge, and some will follow and some will not. But I can remember back in my youth, a long time ago now, 25 years ago, when we were approaching the turn of the millennium, the year 2000, and the millennium bug, and people thought planes would fall out of the sky. I genuinely wondered at the time, is this the end of the world? The year 2000 years since Christ was born. Maybe that will be it. And I thought that might be the end of the world. But even before that, I think in 1999, there was some calculation by Nostradamus, and word got round that this is going to be the day that's been calculated as the end of the world. And I remember being in school and a few of us sort of gathered round and held hands at midday, buying into this idea that the world was about to end. And guess what? It didn't end that day either. So maybe the world will never end. I know that's not what the environmentalists tell us, with the ice caps melting, and there is a lot of greenery now in Antarctica, I think, that wasn't there before. So definitely something's happening in the polar regions, and if all the ice melts, then the world might not end, but it might be more underwater than it was before. That could be catastrophic. Another way that the world will end one day, and as far as I can see there's nothing we can do about it, is when the sun finally engulfs the earth, when it goes into being is it a white dwarf or a red giant? Whatever happens to stars when they finally expire, as they will. So the world will end. It will end one day. But is the end of the world for the individual not just on the day that you pass away? And I think that's going to happen to most of us watching this now, before any climatic catastrophe, hopefully before any nuclear war, Armageddon style World War III disaster. Hopefully this is just a bit of a you slap me, I slap you, in terms of Iran and America, and all the egos can be satisfied, that they've done enough not to be humiliated. And it's been interesting seeing the reaction to Donald Trump. I know a lot of people hate Donald Trump, and it's not exactly a surprise that an American president would bomb the Middle East, but maybe it's a surprise to the people that voted for him, if they voted for him thinking that he would be different, that he was an America first non-interventionist. But every president that I can remember in my lifetime has bombed countries in the Middle East. Why? Why is that? Who benefits from that? George Galloway did a good talk recently, which I recommend you look up, about whether a tail can wag a dog in the context of the Middle East and the loyalties that there are from the Western powers towards their loyal little Ulster, as it was described at the time of the Balfour Declaration. Does the tail wag the dog, or does the dog wag the tail? Let me know what you think in the comments. Who is pulling the strings? Why are we on the verge of Armageddon? And who benefits?